All right, in other news, Iranian officials are hopeful for progress towards a deal to forestall fresh conflict when talks with the U.S. negotiators resume on Thursday.
Well, this is despite a huge buildup of American military might in West Asia, especially around Iran. Now, speaking to CBS News, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said details of a possible deal were being drawn up ahead of the renewed talks on Tehran's nuclear program. After U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff said that Trump was questioning why Tehran had not capitulated yet.
I don't want to use the word frustrated. It's almost because he understands he's got plenty of alternatives. But it's curious. He's curious as to why they haven't, I don't want to use the word capitulated, but why they haven't capitulated. Why under this sort of pressure with the amount of sea power, naval power that we have over there, why they haven't come to us and said, we profess that we don't want a weapon, so here's what we're prepared to do. And yet it's hard to sort of get them to that place.
Now, Badr al-Busaidi, who is the foreign minister of regional mediator Oman, said talks would resume on Thursday with a positive push to go the extra mile towards finalizing the deal. Now, Active Report had earlier reported that, citing an unnamed senior U.S. official, if Iran submitted its proposal in the next 48 hours, Washington was ready to meet again later in the week to start detailed negotiations. Iran has indicated it is prepared to make concessions on its nuclear program in talks with the U.S. in return for the lifting of sanctions and recognition of its right to enrich uranium.
It is said to be considering a combination of sending half of its most highly enriched uranium abroad, diluting the rest, and then taking part in creating a regional enrichment consortium. In addition to this, Iran has also offered openings for U.S. companies to participate as contractors in Iran's large oil and gas industries. This as it seeks to avert a U.S. attack.
Now, the U.S. has sent 2 aircraft carriers to West Asia in recent weeks, along with other ships and jets, and has also shored up its air defenses in the region to back up its threats of military interventions.
The USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier strike group was seen transiting the Strait of Gibraltar, which links the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean. This is in a photo taken from the Gibraltar side of the strait. Trump, who had previously sent USS Abraham Lincoln to West Asia, said on Friday that he is considering limited strikes on Iran if these negotiations fail to yield a replacement for the nuclear deal.
However, a New York Times report suggests that Trump has told his advisors he will consider a much bigger attack in the coming months if diplomacy or an initial targeted U.S. attack does not lead Iran to give in to his demands.
Another report suggests U.S. and Western security officials are monitoring what they call increasingly worrisome signs that Iran could in fact direct its proxies to conduct retaliatory strikes against American targets in Europe and West Asia. This in case Trump orders large-scale strikes against Tehran.
Now, Iran is facing tensions on 2 fronts. Besides external military pressure, the country is facing intensified internal unrest. Iranian students chanted anti-government slogans and scuffled with counter-protesters in the weekend in the latest display of anger at the country's leadership. The gathering at universities followed a mass protest movement that was met with a government crackdown last month and left thousands dead.